Guess what time it is?
It's time for
Good morning, entrepreneurs.
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 Good morning, freaking fabulous entrepreneurs.
Good morning, entrepreneurs.
Good morning, entrepreneurs.
G'day, good morning, entrepreneurs.
Good morning, entrepreneurs.
Good morning, entrepreneurs, and welcome. It is my honor this morning to introduce you to our co-hosts. Kim White is the founder and fierce leader of the My Sexy Business team, and Kerry Zarb joins her from the land down under as the owner and financial designer at Zinc Business Solutions. This amazing duo has brought together a community of like-minded entrepreneurs that have found that by doing a solo business together as a community helps them move the needle and find clarity in their businesses. Are you intrigued? Well, here's Kim and Kerry.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, Kim.
Hey, Kerry.
Well, welcome everyone to Good Morning Entrepreneurs, show number 23. Kim, we're nearly up to a quarter. Wait.
Kerry, we're almost to the 6-month mark.
Oh, Kerry can't count. Okay. Scrap that. Reverse it.
Well, Kim, reverse.
Yeah, rewind. Yes, definitely. Kim, would you tell everyone what this show is all about, who we're here for, and what we've got installed today?
Thank you, Kerry. Yes, this is an exciting show where we are trying to bring entrepreneurs from across the globe together in one spot to be inspired and motivated. And what is going on with my voice? I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry, Kim.
But it's a place where people can come and be inspired with living proof of other entrepreneurs doing amazing things. And hopefully they'll grab some tips or tricks that they can use in their own businesses, Kerry.
Oh, that's a great idea, Kim. And Kim, do you have your coffee mug ready for this morning?
I do, Kerry.
Cheers. It's always coffee time. So, Kim, I want to remind everyone tuning in that no matter where you're tuning in, if you've got the ability to pop a question in the chat, please do so, because we are here to support all entrepreneurs. So if you've got any questions about your entrepreneurial journey, pop that in the chat wherever you're tuning in, and we'd love to answer that in a future show. And we take feedback as well. If you've got suggestions or feedback that you'd like to make for the show, please pop that in the chat as well.
Absolutely, Kerry. And don't forget, a lot of the questions that we get, we hopefully have some of the roving reporters answer those questions. So we've already answered quite a few of them, Kerry.
Absolutely, we have, Kim, and it has been amazing to do so. So, Kim, we need to celebrate a little bit today because, I don't know if you realise, Kim, did you notice that it ticked over to the month of August?
I did, Kerry.
Oh, and you know what the month of August is, Kim?
Tell us.
It just happens to be our Adam's birthday month. Woohoo! So we're excited because we celebrate month birthdays around here, people, because we think everyone should celebrate all month long. So don't worry about what day you were born. Yes, have a party, do all the normal things and cake, candles, whatever your norm is for your birthday, but celebrate the entire month because it's exciting and we don't get to celebrate often enough, and we encourage that, don't we, Kim?
We do. And, I will say you don't need to stop with one party. Have many.
Yes, exactly. Love it, Kim. And Kim, did you also know that it is a National Inventors Month for the month of August? So it kind of ties into today's theme, doesn't it?
It does, Carrie. That's exciting because I don't know about you, but I'm always impressed when somebody invents something that, especially the things that are so simple. It's like, why didn't we think of that?
I know. It's like the flugel binder. Oh, the flugel binder.
I'm
So
not even going to ask.
maybe not. We'll save that for another conversation. But Kim, when it comes to inventing, we know that expectations can come into it versus reality. So we're going to step into entrepreneur land this morning. It's a great segue because we are tying in a common theme today of expectations. So Kim, do you want to talk about expectations a little bit?
I do, Carrie. I think it's something that everybody has expectations, and sometimes our expectations don't match reality in a good way, and sometimes they don't match in a bad way, Carrie. And I happen to be in New York, Carrie, just so you know. That is why my kitchen is not behind me today. We are here to celebrate a lot of things this weekend, but New York City is known for its hard work, and New York is known for a place that they a lot of things have happened here, Carrie. A lot of
Kim,
things.
can I interrupt and dun 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 New York, New York.
I think you're taking Adam's job. Adam, we're sorry that
I'm sorry.
I love it though. But one of the lines from a Frank Sinatra song is, if I can make it in New York, I can make it anywhere. I hope I got that right.
Sounds good to me, Kim.
I feel like I'm a hot mess this morning. I just want to put that out there.
Kim, your messy is beautiful, and to celebrate the whole New York theme, are we doing that later? I don't know. I've lost track.
We will be celebrating that in a minute too. We have another part that we're going to use that, but Carrie, we'll just go ahead. We're not keeping secrets this morning, are we? We're not doing very good at that. So we're just excited to be celebrating all kinds of amazing people here in New York and across the globe, Carrie.
Across the globe. Come on over, peoples. Not far away. 2025. So, Kim, I want to step into our first roving reporter because we've got Yvonne Marchese, our resident age agitator, is in the house. So, over to you, Yvonne.
Thanks, Kim and Carrie. This is Yvonne Marchese coming to you as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs, and there's a reason that you're hearing a lot of noise in the background. Let's see if we can zoom in on that. Do you see it? Oh, there it is. There it is. It's a street sweeper. I came to the beach this morning to try to get some work done. I am closing out season 3 of the Late Bloomer Living podcast, and I wanted to come do my recording here at the beach so that the beach sounds would be in the background. You'll have to listen to the episode to get why. But when I got here, there was a mower going. And then there was the street sweeper. And then there was a garbage collector going around and emptying all the garbage bins here at the beach, which all of this stuff needs to be done, right? Why am I talking about this? I'm talking about this because I think sometimes it's important to let your customers see your behind the scenes. Let them in a little bit. Let them see you're human. Let them see you're imperfect. Let them see you're messy. It's a hard thing to do, I think, as we get older and we feel like we need to look polished and professional. Maybe you don't want to show up at the beach like this with your hair a hot mess, but how much of your real can you share with people? That's all for now. Back to you, Kim and Carrie.
Thanks, Yvonne. Oh my goodness. Kim, has that ever happened to you?
This morning, can I say that? our reel hangs out all the time. I'm just going to say, Carrie.
Well, I'm going to say, Kim, Yvonne really hit all the nerves with me, because being a podcaster, as many of us are, as soon as you go to hit that record button, you're all jazzed up, you're fired up, you want to hit record, and there goes the garbage truck, or here comes the lawnmower. So I get it.
Carrie, we're surrounded by podcasters in this community, and I have to giggle. So I'm going to tell you a quick little on the way to New York story. And that is, I had to bring my podcast mic with me to New York for GME. Like, we had to do some things. So I just stuck my big old microphone in my purse and marched myself through the airport with my microphone hanging out. And I just think that is something that is amazing. But Late Bloomer Living Podcast, Yvonne's podcast, she's got a special message this time, and I think everybody should go check it out. And y'all, we have podcast mics and we'll travel.
They travel with us. Yes. I love it, Kim. So, Kim, shall we step over to our next roving reporter? Because Jill Olish is the mama for all mama entrepreneurs. Take it away, Jill.
Thanks, Carrie and Kim. Hi, this is Jill coming to you as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs, with a segment for mama entrepreneurs and those considering either. So before becoming an entrepreneur myself, I had this crazy idea that, well, yes, it was something that was hard work, but that entrepreneurs were also just living the life, that they were able to set their own guidelines because they were the boss, that they were able to do whatever they wanted. They had this freedom to live life how they dreamed it to be. And that was so attractive to me as I was considering the adventure, especially being a new mom. And I wanted that flexibility of living my life while still being able to work and have an income. But that wasn't really what happened when I started. It turned out it was really hard, and I was not feeling like I was really living the life I thought I could as an entrepreneur. And I think we've learned from society that living the dream doesn't come until maybe after a big success, or when you retire, or if you make some drastic life changes to make room for our dreams. But there's nothing stopping us from actually starting to live out our dreams at any age or any stage of life of entrepreneurship or wherever we're at. Our dreams might not exactly be attainable right away, but the steps that we can start making to head in that direction they can be small and they can start now. So like setting boundaries for work or for family time, practicing giving yourself permission to do something or to not do something, spending time on figuring out your priorities and working on those first, and reminding yourself that you do get to set the guidelines and live out your dreams. Back to you, Kim and Kerry.
Thank you, Jill. Oh my goodness, Kim, Jill just highlighted so many expectations. Woo.
She did, but I love, Carrie, that she talks about starting now. Why do we have to wait till we retire to do something? Our expectation is we'll work our lifetime and then go in and do the things we really want to do at the end of our lives. That is not how it works, Carrie. It doesn't have to work that way.
Exactly. And I think that's the key message here, Kim, is that we can, and you're living proof of this. I'm aspiring to be living proof of this, is building the business of our dreams so we can actually enjoy our life on the journey as well.
We love what we do, Carrie. That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah, we might be a little bit addicted, Kim, just a teeny tiny bit.
Well, I have to say that Jill is part of the amazing sauce that's going on here in New York. And I just cannot tell you, my expectation of her is always great things, and she always over delivers. So let me just say that she's amazing.
Oh, I love it. So you are tuning in to Good Morning Entrepreneurs. We will be back in 1 minute after this quick commercial. Once upon a time, there was a princess from Oklahoma living a traveling life in Texas.
When along comes an Aussie bucket of swearing sunshine.
When these two girls from opposite ends of the globe met in February 2021,
even the universe did not know what it was in for.
Determined to solve world problems for entrepreneurs, we still to this day learn just how similar we are.
We have found our passions were too strong not to unite and become the partners in change that we are.
What is a bucket and a boom gate?
So a bucket is basically a category or a way to change how you're looking at something big.
And a boom gate is a way to protect ourselves. Sometimes we need a boom gate to protect ourselves from ourselves.
We have lots of experience of our lifetimes of business, and we want to share that with you.
We look forward to bringing you weekly episodes of the Buckets and Boom Gates podcast. Welcome back, and thank you for being here with us. We have a little bit more show to get through, so please stay tuned. And while we step you through plenty more great segments from entrepreneurs to entrepreneurs. So, Kim, we have another roving reporter standing by, Holly Totten, who is our very own writing coach. Over to you, Holly.
Thanks, Kim and Kerry. This is Holly Totten coming to you as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs. During this segment over the last few weeks, I have been explaining reasons why, as an entrepreneur, writing a book is important. And today I'm going to add yet one more reason to that list, and it is simply that words hold power. And an example of this is a couple of weeks ago, I was on vacation and I was standing about waist high in the Caribbean Sea, and I was just taking in all the beauty around me. And a man walked up and we started a conversation, and his comment to me was, "Isn't this water splendid?" Splendid. That word soaked into my brain and completely it changed my experience. Instead of just seeing the beauty around me, it heightened all of my senses, and I could see and smell and hear and taste everything within the whole experience. And if one word, splendid, if that one word can change so much about an experience, think about having thousands of words in a book that you have written about you and your business that others will read, and how powerful those words are and how much those words can change the people that read your book. And that to me is a splendid reason to be an author. That's all for today, Kim and Kerry. Back to you.
Thank you, Holly. Oh, Kim, I'm in. What a great word and a great little story. Ooh.
Very, very good, Kerry. And wouldn't you like to be known as splendid when someone thinks of you as an entrepreneur?
Oh, spicy, Kim. Spicy. I love it. Well, Kim, I think Holly did a fantastic job of sharing her expectations through her story as well. So that was really, really well said. And I love sharing stories, and this community shares a lot of stories, and Holly is certainly our go-to person when it comes to putting those stories on the page.
She absolutely is. And if anyone is interested in becoming a published author, see Holly.
Yes, exactly. She's right over there, or there, or there, or there. She's here. So, Kim, let's go to our next roving reporter, because we have Donna Bender, who is our certified givologist and branded product specialist, standing by. So, Donna, take it away.
Thanks, Kim and Kerry. This is Donna Bender coming to you as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs, Today's surprise and delight marketing segment is on shining the light on useful gifts, a personal case study. This week, I'm in New York City helping my pregnant daughter and her husband unpack their new apartment. And one thing I've learned from living in New York, it's how important it is to maximize every square inch of space. Yesterday, I was given the task at hand, and that was the challenge of repositioning some existing shelving inside a very dark cabinet. So dark, I could barely see inside. So I proceeded to do the juggling act as I balanced the flashlight in one hand and the screwdriver in the other. Well, that wasn't working. So then I started to prop up the flashlight so I could use both hands for the screwdriver, and that was a lost cause because the flashlight kept falling over. And then my daughter handed me one of the best tools that I have ever given. It is a 9-in-1 tool with 5 different screwdrivers, 2 flashlights, a tape measure, and a level. I can't tell you how many people have told me how useful this tool has been for them. I love the fact that it has 2 different flashlights, one on each end. So when you're using the screwdriver, you can actually see the screw you're trying to unscrew. My daughter turned to me and she said, "You know, Mom, this is probably one of the handiest items that I've ever received. And I always think of you when I use it." Hopefully she thinks of me at other times too. But my point is simple. When you give something, whether it has your logo or message on it, and it is so useful, the next time your client or business associate needs a product or service that you offer, you'll be the first one they call. So I'm going to say bye for now, as my daughter is waiting for me outside the door to continue to help put some shelves together. So I am off with my handy tool. Back to you, Kim and Kerry.
Thank you, Donna. Oh my goodness, Kim, what a great point.
It was very good. And she gave that to her years and years ago, Kerry. That's part of the fun thing. She continues to use that. And she said Donna has had lots of people call her back saying how they remembered something because they pulled that out of a drawer when they needed, a tool. I think it's a great idea.
Wow, definitely, Kim. And who would have thought that such a handy little tool could be such an amazing marketing product in your business? I love what Donna's sharing with us, the simplest things, and they don't have to be expensive. And it just blows my mind, Kim. Woo.
She's amazing.
She is.
So now we need to go to another roving reporter. And it's one of my favorites. Wait, I think everybody's my favorite, Kerry, just so you know.
They are.
But she is a rock star podcaster, a brilliant entrepreneur. She's the owner and director of Zinc Business Solutions. She's a cover girl. She is like all the things. Welcome to the stage. Oh, wait, Kerry, you're already here. Kerry Zarb. And she hosts Good Morning Entrepreneurs. We didn't even add that in there.
Well, there's a little bit of that, and there might be a couple of podcasts, and yeah, there's lots going on, Kim. But thank you for having me and this segment, of course. And I think you've got something up your magical sleeve about today's conversation.
I do, Kerry, because there's a common question that you get asked a lot, and people will ask me questions to ask you. So here's one of those questions. And that is, when you are starting out or when you don't like your numbers, I think a lot of times we have the expectation that somebody else can do it, that let's just give it to somebody else to do. And I would love for you to speak about that for a second, because there are parts we can definitely hand off. But you have a great way of explaining this.
I might have a little way to explain this, Kim, because we absolutely can. We can outsource everything in our business. However, it sounds great in theory. We always know that there's a little price tag attached to that, outsourcing as well. And I like to think of it as, if we outsource everything in our business, well, it's going to get a little bit expensive. And the other part of it is then when do we learn those pieces? So myself on the journey in my early days, it was invaluable to learn all the pieces of the business. I don't like them all. So I get it when people say, I don't like the finances, I don't want to do my books, like, can't I just give it to someone else? Yes, you absolutely can. However, I like to think that entrepreneurs and business owners would have a base understanding of their finances before they just ship it out the door to someone else. Because if we're sending that critical, we're talking the engine room of the business, Kim. The money, the finances, all the ins and outs in that department are the engine room. So if you just hand that off to someone else, do we really know what's going on? Are they going to give us the reports that we need? And can we understand them when we get them? So there's a little base understanding that I believe is needed, Kim, at least a coverage of the beans in our business so that we can be in the know and have that understanding so we can keep an eye on it. Because just because you outsource it doesn't mean you're completely releasing your responsibility of those numbers as well.
So, Gary, I've found it's very common for entrepreneurs to be what I call control freaky.
Oh, yeah.
And it always amazes me when they're control freaky about so many things, but then they want to just give away the money bits. They want to give away the control like you're talking about with their numbers because they're intimidated or they don't understand them. So I would love to hear, Carrie, how if anyone's listening and they're having that struggle and they just want to get rid of them, what would you say to them?
I think the next challenge we're faced with, Kim, because outsourcing is real and definitely something that is recommended as your business grows, I think you need to be careful who you're outsourcing it to. So you need to be sure that they're going to look after your numbers as you would your own. That's something that I like to do with clients is make sure every dollar counts and it's important. And when I press the button to spend money on a bill, say, for a client, I feel like I'm spending my own money. And it's hard to come by, but there are really good people out there that can do your bookkeeping for you that actually pay attention. And it's all about their attention on your finances, reporting back to you, making sure you know where you're up to, keeping you in the loop, and therefore ending up with you still being able to make some good decisions from the reports that they're giving you. So I recommend that sometimes we need to do the hard yards and find someone really good to help us with the finances.
And Carrie, would you say that you still need to learn, I know you said this earlier, you still need to learn what they mean, because even if you're giving them the daily tasks of the bookkeeping things, you still need to understand what it means whenever they give you a report.
Absolutely, Kim. I don't recommend someone outsource the finances without that base understanding because you want the control. You know, it is that critical in your business for your cash flow, your forecasting, your budgeting, all those horrible, ugly words that we hate to even think about. But that is still our responsibility. So therefore, if we have the base understanding, we're outsourcing to someone that actually cares and is doing a good job for us, it becomes a beautiful combination. It can work really, really well in those circumstances once we have that base understanding.
I love that the clarity for that, Carrie, I have to tell you, because this question does come up. I don't even know how many times we've been asked this question about how can I just get rid of it? But you don't want to get rid of your money. You don't want to get rid of your control. You don't want to get rid of any of that. And Carrie is your go-to. I'm just saying, Carrie's the one that, you know, helps all of us. So I think we're going to go to a quick commercial, Carrie, about something you created.
Sure, let's do it.
Do you struggle to understand your business finances? Are you sick of not being able to keep up with the beans in your business? Tune in to the Simply Biz Beans podcast for weekly coffee convos about business finances. This is where coffee meets money. hosted by Kerry Zarb and Kim White in the virtual cafe. We invite you to join us at our table with your favourite brew, because we understand your finances are as private as your underwear. This is why we share these personal conversations with you, so that you can get in control of your business finances. We chat about the real issues we've faced with our flippin' digits and discuss everything in a simple way to help you on your BizBeans journey. As Princess Kim would say, buckle up, and I'll say, come on, let's go, it's coffee time. Catch the Simply BizBeans podcast on your favourite podcast channel today.
Welcome back, and thank you for being here with us in Good Morning Entrepreneurs. Kim, let's wrap up this heavy talk about the finances real quick because we have a lot more show to get through.
I agree, Carrie, but I want to add really quickly the podcast, the commercial that was just for the podcast. When somebody is starting out, if you go through Carrie's great number of episodes, you can find some answers. So that is something that I just want to point out, Carrie. You are so generous in helping other people, and the podcast is amazing.
Oh, thank you, Kim. And I'm going to add that I am joined by this amazing princess who's with me every single week from season 5. And Kim, thank you so much for being my co-host on Simply BizBeans, because it's much easier to have a conversation about the hard stuff when you're not sitting there on your Pat Malone. So thank you, Kim.
Thank you, Carrie. And I love being the one that gets to ask questions. So I very selfishly love being there because I get to hear all the answers first.
Well, Kim, I think you've brought that whole extra layer to the podcast. We do hang out in the virtual cafe, which is right here, and we get to have amazing conversations. A lot of it is from questions and things that we hear from the community and abroad. So I love having those conversations with you, Kim, and sharing them on the podcast in living colour. Yeah. Oh, and there could be some extra colour sometimes too, by the way.
It's a little more colorful in language. That's what we'll call it.
Sometimes. It is marked E for a reason, but it's mostly clean. So Kim brings the beautiful cleanness to the podcast.
You're so funny, Carrie.
Well, Kim, let's head over to our next roving reporter, because we have Melissa Botoff-Airy with her segment about marketing to sensitive niches. Over to you, Melissa.
Good morning, Kim and Carrie. Melissa here, coming to you as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs and your resident impact marketing for sensitive niches expert. Last week, I started talking to you about how very important community is to an entrepreneur. We also talked about that idea being something that to some people on the outside almost seems foreign. But as I've started to lay out for you, community is vital to success, and I would even say happy success as an entrepreneur. So I covered cooperative enterprise, stretching yourself, and helping us believe in ourselves as the top points on the list last week. This week, I want to cover items 4 through 6. Item number 4 is it helps us with a fresh perspective. As we know, oftentimes we can approach the same problem extremely differently than somebody else. So this presenting our problems in a community setting allows us to see different perspectives and possibly come up with a solution we might not otherwise have done ourselves. The 5th item on the list is that it allows us to siphon from others' confidence. In other words, it allows us to rob from somebody else's power source, if you will. So when we're waning in self-confidence or an ability to push ourselves forward out of a slump, borrowing from someone else's often gives us that lift that we need. And we couldn't do that if we weren't in a community. And the final one on this list of top 6 that I put out there as reasons why community is so important to entrepreneurs is one that pretty much speaks for itself: accountability. Being in a community helps us be accountable, not only to the other people, but more importantly to ourselves. It helps us keep ourselves honest. So for today, I'm going to wrap up this segment, and next week I will talk about how you can actually leverage your cause in a non-creepy way to further your business. Back to you, Kim and Carrie.
Thank you, Melissa. Oh my goodness, Kim. This tie-in of expectations and the expectations we have globally of communities like Melissa shared. Whew, this could get spicy, Kim.
Oh my goodness, Carrie, my favorite part was the borrowing from others in the community's confidence. That's a power source. That's a power statement, Carrie.
Absolutely.
When we are expecting ourselves to be able to do all the things and we're learning, or we're like, even if we're doing all the things and there comes a day when we just need extra, a community can be so powerful. So I love what she said, Carrie.
Me too, Kim. And Melissa has just been bringing it week on week here and tying in all of these amazing topics together and bringing us so much little things that we probably don't think about, Kim. I'm finding these little insights from our Melissa that are just like, oh yeah, wow. So, Kim, let's go to our next roving reporter because we have the freaking fabulous Kat Corchado for our health and fitness segment. Take it away, Kat.
Thanks, Kim and Carrie. Hi, everybody. This is the freaking fabulous Kat Corchado, roving reporter for the Good Morning Entrepreneurs. And I'm also your resident fitness and wellness advocate. So we've been doing some great stretches for our wrists and our fingers, and we're going to continue that today. So the first one I want to show you is, I'm going to turn a little bit to the side so you can see. You're going to take your hand straight out. And I just want you to take your other hand right here and just pull back. You feel that? And now take it the other way and pull. Yeah, I didn't know you were tight there, right? Now bring your fingers straight up like this and take one finger and just pull it back here. And your arm is straight out. And do each finger very gently, very lightly, one at a time. And don't forget your thumb. Shake it out. Here's one that's really good. You're going to take your hand out. I want you to make a fist. Drop your knuckles towards the floor. Bring it back, open. Flip the hand so the palm is up. Close the palm. Bring it towards your wrist. You feel that? Open and repeat. You can do this as many times as you feel necessary throughout the day. As always, if you have any wrist issues or you've been told by a physician or your physical therapist that this isn't appropriate, then please don't do it. But if you find that this works, let me know, because this is some awesome stuff. So now I got to come up with some other stretches, y'all, because we've been through the ringer with a lot of them. So back to you, Kim and Carrie.
Oh, thank you, Kat. Did you feel that, Kim? Did you? With the fingers, and I'm like, I was bending my arm and I had to correct myself. Kat is she's so good. She knew I was bending my arm.
You know, she has a whole community too, Carrie. This is something really important to note. Small Space Pilates is her community where she helps us. Like, she literally works out. There's videos in her community where we can do it if we can't go to her live sessions. But she's super generous too. If anyone wants to try it for a week for free, all they have to do is contact Kat. She is so good about helping everyone around her, Carrie.
Well, and Kim, I think it goes without saying, as entrepreneurs, especially a lot of people we know, we're sitting and we're on the keyboards, we're on the mobile devices. I think Kat will probably bring us very shortly something a little bit more to do with the neck. I've actually got a neck issue at the moment, and that's real. It's a real thing because of the device. It's the looking down and the little fingers are doing something, but the rest of the body's doing nothing. So I think Kat's got a lot to bring us because we are just not built for this stuff.
Well, and Carrie, I'm going to just put out there, as an entrepreneur, a lot of time our expectations for ourselves is that we're going to finish doing the business stuff and then we'll take care of ourselves. But here's the problem with that expectation of that being a good thing. We go through weeks or months or years and we start having more and more problems because we're not taking care of ourselves. So I think it's vital for an entrepreneur to figure out how to get that information or find somebody like Kat who will help them be healthy while they be, on their I'm all stuttery on their entrepreneur adventure. Sorry, y'all.
Kim, you are just fine. Honestly, I just appreciate Kat so much, and obviously I appreciate you as well. But Kat is definitely our little rock star of helping us look after our bodies, because I think we're putting it through a lot, Kim. We're really testing those limits these days. So I just appreciate everything that Kat's bringing to us and all of these amazing segments.
Well, and I'm gonna say, Carrie, I am thankful because I'm a little sore from flying and from all the things. I'm really excited that I'm gonna get to squeeze Kat today.
Okay, stop, Kim, stop. The jelly is real. The jelly is so real. So we're just gonna bypass that and move right along before Kerry gets lost in the jelly. And Kim, we have another roving reporter standing by. Denise Millay, our findability queen, is in the house. So over to you, Denise.
Thanks, Kim and Kerry. Good morning, everyone. This is Denise Millay coming to you as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs. And today we are talking about why search engines matter. And search engines matter because we as a society, as humans, are always questioning. We are always looking for an answer to some question. Everything in our lives is, how do we do this? Where do we go here? How do we get there? What time is it? What happened today, right? So the internet is our way to shop. It's also our way to find answers through news media and other people and information to answer our questions. Even social media is not just an observational, it's to find out what's happening. Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, we find out what the current things are that are going on to expand our minds and answer our questions. So we want to make sure that we have information to answer questions that people have, and they are going to a search engine to find those answers. They're walking down the street, something comes to their mind, they're going to look it up on their phone. We want to make sure we have that answer for them available. So that's why we want to put our content out there that answers as many questions as possible. And we do this because findability is important. Finding you, finding the answer to their questions, finding is part of our existence. And in the end, we want you to be findable, because if they can't find you, they can't do business with you. Back to you, Kim and Kerry.
Thank you, Denise. Oh my goodness, Kim. Denise is bringing it again. Woo!
Carrie, she's got a new book out too about being findable. And the questions that she's answering, I know, Carrie, I'm so excited. The questions that she's answering in her segments are so important. And some people may be past some of these things that she's sharing, but these are the questions we've been asked. These are the things that people don't understand why things, like certain things, matter. And she is sharing some really important beginning steps for all the things, because she is brilliant. Her keywords, her findability queen status, she is our findability queen. All of those things matter. Exactly, Carrie. And not to bring up any more jelly, but I might get to squeeze her today too.
Okay, stop. Kim, I'm so excited that you're getting to squeeze people, and the jelly is real. However, I'll be with you virtually, because we're going to do the whole shell bot. Kerry will be on the phone and in the room. Just pop me up in the corner and I'll be tuning in. So I'm excited for that part, Kim, and I won't be left out.
Never, Carrie. We always want you with us.
And I'm happy to be Kerry in the corner. I know people say don't stick baby in the corner, but I'm happy. I'm fine. If I get the bird's eye view and I can see everyone, I am just wrapped.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, so Kim, I just want to quickly say that Denise is just fantastic to have in this community. I am still, you mentioned before that this might be past some people. No, I need to keep hearing this stuff because we forget. Does anyone ever think about the directory of things that we have in our little filing cabinet up here and stuff goes to the back and it needs to be recycled and come back forward again? So even if you've heard some of this stuff before, guys, it's a good reminder. It's a really good reminder to bring it back to the forefront and help keep sparking those amazing ideas that we have as entrepreneurs. Don't get them lost in the filing system and never to be seen again. So I love what Denise brings to us, Kim.
Me too, Carrie.
So you are tuning into Good Morning Entrepreneurs. We will be back in 1 minute after this quick commercial.
This show is sponsored by
Groundwork Brigade Mastermind. Are you an entrepreneur who is focused on making an impact?
But you haven't figured out how to make an income doing it?
We spent years trying to figure out how to do both.
And we realized the business adventure is not a one-size-fits-all. I'm Kim White. I'm the founder and fierce leader of the My Sexy Business team.
And I'm Kerry Zarb, Aussie bucket of swearing sunshine.
And she's a brilliant entrepreneur, by the way.
We both understand how it feels to believe we are the only ones who can't figure things out.
So we decided to join forces so we could get in the trenches with you.
We lead a very special mastermind group so you can be confident in strategically implementing
the right things in the right order so that you too can get the best possible results.
We cover a variety of topics based on what you need,
including building a business that you own and doesn't own you.
We even address themes like social media strategy and simple tech solutions.
If you would like to meet other entrepreneurs who are living proof of what is possible,
come and join us, and the link is below.
Thank you for joining us and being here with us. And it ain't over yet, folks, because Kim, I don't know if you know this, we've got someone pretty extra special coming up to stage as we speak. I would love to introduce our interview king and media personality. It is the one, the only Adam Rothenberg. Yay! Hi, Adam.
Good morning. I couldn't find my mute button. I guess that's what happens when you bring me up and I sit next to Kim. I can't find my mute button, right?
Exactly. Yes, exactly. And Adam, I believe you're bringing us a little behind the curtain for entrepreneurs in entertainment this morning.
I am bringing you a behind the curtain story, and it's a bit of a personal story, Kerry.
Oh, yes, please.
So the personal story is related to me, which is why it's personal. And I want to share with everybody that a few months ago, I started to redo my website. I was moving platforms from one platform to another, and I had the expectation that I would be able to copy 14 years and over 1,500 interviews of content in a month. And I just have to say the reality is, 3 or 4 or 5 months later, I'm still working through all of that, copying over and transferring over the information. So the reality is that it's taking a lot longer because there have been life things that have happened along the way. I moved apartments, so I had to pack up my old one, unpack the new one, and get settled, and then get reacclimated to living in a new apartment. So there's been a lot of things that have come up that have prevented me from dedicating the time that I thought I would have to do this in a month's time. So I feel like what I want everybody to know is that we can have these expectations and grandiose ideas, but the reality is that they may take longer than we think, and it's okay. And because it was my expectations, it wasn't anybody else's.
Oh, Adam, thank you for sharing that story and giving us the behind the curtain example today. But I got a little question, Adam.
Okay.
It's a little spicy. So, how do you feel about this progress and this journey that you're on? Because expectation versus reality is real. Life happens, it happens to us all. How are you feeling with the progress at this point?
I mean, to be honest, I do wish I was further along, and I do wish that now that I am more settled, that I was able to get back into my routine of getting up early and moving forward with this. But again, I think that's another expectation because my reality is getting acclimated to living in a new place. I haven't been able to get up early because I think all of the energy I was putting into moving and everything has caught up with me, and I have been sleeping later than I have wanted to, or sleeping through my alarm.
Well, Adam, I think you're doing an amazing job, and I've been front row seat along with many others in the community watching you and putting this platform together because it's not a small job. It is a huge undertaking, and I think you're being the true champion that you are by continuing to keep going, even though you've had a few little hiccups in the journey. Sorry, Kim, I took over. Over to you, Kim.
No, I just am excited for Adam because, all of the interviews he's done, he's got so many great stories to share with all of us. He has a lot of juicy things he shares with us. I'm just going to say behind the curtain.
He certainly does, yes.
Well, thank you both. And I have to just give a special shout out to this community because everybody in this community has really been rallying around me recently to help get me back on track and get back into my routine. And I'm slowly getting there, but I just want to say I couldn't have done it without everybody behind me. So thank you.
Aw, you're so welcome.
And one of those special people we need to bring to stage, which is our very own Jill Olish.
Hi, Jill.
Good morning, Jill. Good morning. We are excited for Adam because Jill is one of the ones that she knows her schnizzle is what we call it with the platform Kajabi, which is an all-in-one. And I am so proud that Adam is getting all of this done and Jill has been helping. And Jill, thank you. We want to out loud say thank you. You and Denise have helped Adam a ton.
Luckily, a very easy and user-friendly platform, which makes it even easier to help someone figure it out. So all the props go to Adam because he's doing a great job.
Well, we need to introduce Jillo really quick too, Carrie.
Absolutely, yes. Please welcome to the stage the amazing Jill Olish, who is the founder of Mama Outspoken, the co-host of Mucked Up My Self-Care podcast, and Jill happens to also be the executive leader of the My Sexy Business team and a producer of GME. So Jill has been with us on every single show and helping us with all the buttons behind the scenes with Adam. So Jill, thank you for coming and being here with us and for everything you do because you are a rock star.
You guys in Yvonne's voice. That wasn't Yvonne's voice, just in case you didn't know that, Jill.
Yeah, I can't do that. That's not me. So yes. So we have another segment, people. Jill, Adam, are you guys taking over for this one?
I think so. So let's see. Our next segment. Well, it's all about our new language that our Princess Kim White has dubbed so well for us, our princess speak or kindergarten speak. And I think, Kim, we have a new phrase for this week. It is I want. Can you give us your definition of what this phrase means for you before we all talk about our definitions?
So I think when you have the I want, it is that place of, I've already confessed before, I can't take the Sunday paper because I get the I wants from all the sale ads. I think I need things that I never thought I needed before, but when I get that, it stirs up my I wants. And sometimes as an entrepreneur, we get the I wants. I want all the tools. I want all the things. I might not be ready for them, but I want all of those things. And that is part of like my definition of I want. What are we looking at and what are we wanting that maybe we're not needing?
Kim, I think that's fantastic. Sorry, Jill.
No, you're good. Keep going.
Well, I will give my thoughts on the I wants. Just don't look, people. Just don't even look, because that is a real thing, Kim, exactly how you described it. Not from the Sunday paper. It could be from a little website called Amazon that delivers pretty quickly. However, we're not sponsored by Amazon, so moving right along. But it is a real thing when you go shopping and you're looking for tools and toys in your business. And you guys know me and the simple subscriptions and all of that kind of space. So yeah, it's pretty hard to contain ourselves, Kim. I'm just going to say that. What do you think, Jill?
I think it's FOMO. So the fear of missing out. Everybody is doing all these fun things. And like, well, I want that. I want part of that. I want to do one of those. And yeah, I think right now that FOMO is going around with some of the books that we're publishing in the community. So that's my definition.
I think we should share this one for sure.
Yes. Oh my goodness, we've all got our copies and they all look different colors because of all different lighting. But this is, sorry, Adam, we're still coming to you. Don't give up. This is the amazing book that has been published by one of our community members, one of our roving reporters, Linda Bonney, who is the host of the podcast Stories with the Sunday Roast. This is book number 1, people. There is more coming and there'll be more people featured, but this is the first, I guess, part of Stories with a Sunday Roast in living colour, and you get to turn the pages, you get to read the words, and it smells amazing. So, sorry, I just had to add that as well. But congratulations, Linda, for the published book, which is amazing to see, feel and touch. And we all have our copies, so I'm so excited. Sorry, just took over, guys. Adam, what do you think of the I wants?
Well, I actually have a behind the curtain story about the I wants. I had a coworker many years ago, and every day she would say, I want cake, I want cookies, I want this, I want that. There was nothing. She wanted a new bed. She wanted a new everything. And every day was something new. But I think it is, like Jill said, that fear of missing out, because other people around her were buying and having those things that it made her want those things.
Well, I just want my apple. I've been wanting to eat my apple for a while.
Well, I think we should talk about the I wants of the Big Apple where we're at today.
Yes.
We are meeting up with some amazing humans.
You certainly are, Kim, and Jelly, carry on, Jelly.
Can I just say how amazing it's been to squeeze everybody, and I can't wait to meet everybody and see everybody later today too.
My goodness, I've already been squeezing Adam and Jill, just so y'all know, like that's already been a thing, and now the rest of the crew will be here today. It's very, very exciting. And Carrie, no FOMO. You are with us.
I have my virtual squeezes, and by the way, for anyone tuning in, that because this is kind of another princess speak language, squeezes is hugging. It's not actually squeezing someone so they can't breathe. It is a hug. So just want to put that out there.
So as an entrepreneur and a human, we all have expectations and want things. But the reality is sometimes we have to adjust those expectations to get our desired result. So we love you all, and it's so exciting.
Join us next Friday at 7 a.m. Central.
This is the team signing off for Good Morning Entrepreneurs.